This is Zombiefish, and welcome to an XP tutorial for jets in Battlefield 4 at an intermediate level. If you have not watched my previous jet tutorial at a beginner level, I would recommend you to watch it, as I explain both how to establish and develop jet skill. This is a continuation in the series, and so further teaches you how to become an ace pilot, rather than just telling you how to do a fast turn, or what I think is most powerful. This time I will be looking at loadouts, what is and isn't useful to take with you into combat in a Battlefield 4 jet, if you have unlocked them. Let's do this! Of course, you do not actually need weapons in order to destroy enemy vehicles or even kill infantry. As can be seen here, you can force enemies into the terrain or other obstacles to get them off of your tail. You can also run people over with the jets, quite funny when you're hitting them with your wing and they do not expect it. Lovely. However, if you're aiming at someone, it is still best to use a cannon. If you're flying in an attack jet, you get the not too shabby 30mm Gal cannon. However, in the stealth jets, you get the choice between the 20, 25 and 30mm cannons. The 20mm gets a high fire rate, but at the cost of lower damage. The 30 is a low fire rate that makes up for it with sheer power, and the 25 is pretty much the middle ground between the two. All three cannons deal a similar amount of damage over the same amount of time, so choosing one is down to preference. The 20 can sometimes feel a bit weak on glancing shots as an enemy passes by, but provides constant damage when shooting accurately. The 30mm feels powerful, but the fire rate can cause inaccuracies in dogfights, as you may have a good shot on someone for a split second, then lose it, which may be the time in between firing each shell from the cannon. This is more evident when engaging helicopters. The 25 is again the middle ground, but can feel a bit vanilla at times and can feel more like a compromise than a jack-of-all-trades weapon. Personally, I like the 20mm due to consistency, but make your own choice based on your own preference, don't just copy me. In terms of secondary weapons, it is pretty obvious what I would recommend in the stealth jet. As I have said in the beginner level tutorial, do not use anti-air missiles, as they stop you from truly developing jet skill. Relying on missiles means you are not relying on your cannon, and can easily compromise your skill in dogfights and interception, leading to deaths. The laser-guided missiles, however, are an excellent option as they provide stealth jets with both a solid ground attack capability and an alternative view that offers perfect spotting of targets for the team. For the ground attack jets, and excluding anti-air missiles, the options are between the JDAM, rocket pod, laser-guided missiles and TV missiles. As before, the laser-guided missiles are a good ground attack weapon and provide an excellent spotting view. This is especially good for attack jets, as enemy armour can be spotted at longer distances and can be softened up by the missiles if you feel like it. JDAMs are devastating bombs that do good damage over a large area without any notice, but have a difficult view for aiming akin to the mortar for the support class. TV missiles offer a range and a bit of fun in controlling the missile, but this can leave your jet defenceless to attack from other aircraft and anti-aircraft munitions. Rocket pods do good damage against vehicles and fire straight ahead, like the cannon. However, the cannon seems to be just as, if not more, effective than the rockets in their role. Again, this is down to taste, as the right weapon can be better for some than others, and depends on your own strategy. I use the laser-guided missiles for the spotting capability and the occasional equipment destroy due to the lock-on system. But choose your preference, not mine. For countermeasures, the choice between flares, extinguisher and ECM are made easier by the constant use of missiles, especially the Stinger and active radar missiles. The extinguisher is good for cannon-only dogfighting due to it being able to repair you after a critical hit. However, in most games its benefits cannot be truly utilised. Flares are excellent countermeasures for stopping missiles and lock-ons by guided weaponry and consistently stop any approaching munitions. ECM, or electronic countermeasures, give similar protection to flares, albeit a little less consistent but for a longer period. It also has the added benefit of keeping you off the minimap for several seconds. I prefer ECM, but different countermeasures will suit different people. The final upgrade, which contains abilities such as stealth and autoloader, are just down to personal preference and do not really affect a pilot's capabilities. No point in elaborating. All of this advice should help make your loadout as effective as possible for jets in game modes such as Conquest or Rush, but an exception to the rule is the air superiority game mode. For this, it is pointless to take a laser-guided missile into a jet gang, so I would recommend using anti-air missiles. What? You should still prioritise using your cannon, but carrying missiles for longer range will have its advantages. I recommend active radar missiles solely because of the amount of time it takes to fire them. You can fire 2 missiles quickly and switch straight back to your jet cannon without losing much time at all. As in air superiority games, every second counts. Overall, I hope this makes loadout options for jets in Battlefield 4 clearer and more strategic. I shall leave you with the mantra of the pilots of the SR-71 Blackbird. Though I fly through the valley of death, I shall fear no evil, for I am at 80,000 feet and climbing.